Hey everybody, welcome back. It's another Freaky Friday. We're playing some more Silent Hill 2. This is Deltafly Gaming, and let's get going. And I am talking like this because I am an idiot. And also because of the fact that it is Friday, which is a great day. And I'm also in this mood because of the fact that I'm trying to keep a little bit positive about this episode, mostly because of the fact that this is the third time I've recorded this episode. The first time I recorded it, I got probably about halfway through the first part of the apartment complex, I think. And then when I went to go and edit the video, I was looking at it, pitch fucking black. Now, in a horror game, that is not exactly a negative. But when I was looking at it on my screen, when I was doing the editing behind it, it literally was just the only thing you could see was just the flashlight. I don't know why it was like that, because on my TV screen, I could see everything perfectly fine. But on my computer, it decided to just darken everything. So, what you will start to see a little bit of... Wait, what does that say? There was a hole here. It's gone now. I know, isn't there... There's a reference to... There's a Silent Hill 4 reference to that, I think. But I just don't know why that my computer decided to darken everything. And so I was trying to do some effects, brightness, bring up the brightness in the game or whatever, in the editing process. And every time that I looked at the map, like I couldn't distinguish, like, leaving it brightness at one point and dimmer at the others without, like, really messing with the game, like editing basically like twice as much as I needed to. So, like, when I was turning up the brightness, as I was saying, whenever I'd look at the map, it was so bright that you couldn't see what I was looking at. So I was like, you know what, screw it, I'll just speed run back up to this point, because I was only like a half hour into the game. Got through there, got into the apartment complex with the brightness, set it up how I wanted to. There's something called, it's one of those, I don't know what those things are called, by the way. Come on, hit him. Oh, shit, spray. Man, it's lagging. So, I got through there, saved my progress, saved my recording or whatever. And then again, I don't know why, but my Elgato just would not process it. And I played an hour and a half, I want to say, an hour and a half from that point where I was leaving it sitting in the RV. So, I had to restart again. Now, everything's fine. I'm, much further into the game right now. I've got a few more episodes. I think about 4 or 5 more episodes, I think, are on the way. Maybe, depending upon how much more I have to edit and how I edit them. But yeah, suffice it to say, I was not that happy about that. That I had to... What the hell is that? What the hell is that thing? I have never seen that enemy before. Are those like... Come here, you little shit. What the fuck is that? Alright, you know what? I hate hearing those things too. It's always just that high-pitched, supposed to be mechanical kind of sound. It just sounds odd. I don't know. I don't get it and I don't like it. Alright, so we're back in the apartment complex. So, like, it's bright like this. that's relatively bright, but on the highest brightness setting that my editing software, it was like pure white with like a flashlight or like a floodlight on behind it. That was just so damn blinding you couldn't see the letters and the words. So hopefully, as you can kind of tell, it's relatively dark, but it was like 10 times worse. So hopefully I can get myself through this fast enough that I really hope that water bottle did not get picked up, but it probably did. So I gotta admit, when this game first came out, it was right about here, a little bit further into the game. This is what I can remember, mind you. I don't remember every bit of this game, but it was pretty much right when I got to the apartment when I would stop playing the game. And not because the game was bad, don't get me wrong. It's just, I want to say, it was either, I hate the fact that this is cost. Please continue. Get him. Thank you. I think it was either Final Fantasy X, Legacy of Kain 2, maybe Wild Arms 3, but something was distracting me. It was pulling my attention further away. So, excuse me. I didn't get that far in here, and I've always wanted to come through and be able to say I beat Silent Hill 2. One of the latest horror video games out there, or of its generation, of its day, whatever. And if the series goes well, which I really hope that it does, I really hope that it picks up, that it kind of does well enough that, some people might be more into it. Kill him. Thank you. That I will do Silent Hill 3. Or if you would like, I will go back and do Silent Hill 1 first, then do Silent Hill 3. But what I would like to do is pick up the flashlight. There it goes. What I would like to do is get through this and then go back through Dead Space, because Dead Space I started playing, and this is before I figured out how to do commentary. Full commentary. I didn't have the apps, I didn't have the programs like Audacity and stuff like that to actually run full commentary. So now I want to go back and do Dead Space after this to kind of keep it along the Freaky Friday. And then I will probably look at going through. Let's see, what other horror games do I have? I did Resident Evil 4. I could go through Resident Evil 2. Could go through that. Maybe if people would be interested in that. Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm very sorry. But I just want to play some more horror games that aren't, based on jump scares. Oh, it's not this room. There's another room I want to talk to you guys about. Kill the fucker. There it is. Handgun bullets. Okay, yeah, it's right here. It's right here. So, okay, the first time I came through here, that thing right there, the leggy creature or whatever it was glitched into the bathroom. So, see how it glitched right there? So I have to go outside here. So he's glitched through the wall now. Into the other room. I'm so glad that this happened twice. I really am. Come on. Okay. So where it was right here. It glitched into this bathroom. And then when I hit it and knocked it down, it glitched back into the room. It was the little closet space area. And I am just so glad that it glitched it twice. So that way you can at least see that, you know, this HD remaster is not without flaws. But I still love it. It's Silent Hill 2. You know what I mean? It's Silent Hill. And I don't know why my throat is super dry right now. But anyways, I really appreciate it with the Silent Hill games, that the enemies don't respawn. You know, and once you kill an enemy, they're dead. The one thing that I like a bit more, I should say, and this was something that a buddy of mine was, when we were deployed, he was talking about it. He used to make a joke with like the original Resident Evils on like the PlayStation. Excuse me, sorry. That he used to make this joke that they were zombie cleaners, because like if you'd kill a zombie and you'd leave the room and come back, the zombies were gone. That there was someone coming up behind you and cleaning them up and moving them off the, you know, removing them from the room. And I like that with this game is it leaves them there. But to me, it gives me a bit of that like Dead Space vibe, where it's like maybe they're not really dead. All right, the infamous clock puzzle. Some writing on the clock. The scars of the past shall remove the nail that stops time. Will I push the clock? No, because I cannot push the clock yet. Clocked at 5:34 and 15 seconds. The false plate is closed. But I don't know. I always loved the... And this was something that I was getting into this conversation with a friend on campus today. Or yesterday at the time of this video, where another friend of mine, posted that the producer of the original Dead Space wants to make a sequel. And I told him that there are two big flaws with that. There's two big problems with that. The first is the fact that it's owned by EA. So, you know, if you've ever played any of the third one had a, you know, multiplayer co-op kind of game shoehorned in, which I'm not saying that it was a bad thing necessarily, but it wasn't something that was needed. And then on top of that, it had microtransactions that once you get to the very first station, you could buy the biggest weapons in the game and take and remove the bit from it, you know, the horror from it. And I know I've talked about this before, but, you know, I kind of miss these games where they're just, the horror aspect of it. And to me, when I was looking at some of these games, when you look at, you go from like Silent Hill to Dead Space 1 and 2, Dead Space 3, kind of, sort of. But then when you get into games like, what was it, Silent Hill Homecoming, Silent Hill Downpour, they get rid of the, I guess you could call it psychological horror. Because, yeah, there's a bit of a survival horror in this, but it's not really survival. It's more of, traumatic psychological aspects of it, psychological horror. But then you look at games like Downpour and Homecoming, that there were jump scares. And it was more combat and action oriented. And there's one example that I remember from Downpour. And part of me kind of wants to go back and play it just because it's still Silent Hill, and I still want to at least say, yeah, it's kind of like when you watch a bad movie, you're like, yeah, at least I watched it. I can say I watched this terrible film. But there was this part where I'm running along with the character, and there's like this shack or something like that that's like right here. It's like right on the right. And it's kind of dusky, but it's daylight. It's bright enough outside that I can tell that it's not, it's not dark and spooky atmosphere at the time. And I noticed that I think I saw something right behind the shack. So I kind of go around the shack. I kind of I turn the camera around it, and I kind of walk around as far as I possibly can. And I trip this invisible line. And as soon as I trip that invisible line, this ghoul jumps out from behind the shack, which was the thing that I thought that I saw. And to me, that was where I stopped playing it, because I knew that it was supposed to try and be a jump scare kind of aspect of the game, and not, this, where it's all psychological trauma and it's all spooky for a reason. And again, I'm apologizing that I'm not commentating about this game. It's just because this is the third time I've been through this section. So I ran out of stuff to think and talk about. And I hate this kid.
Ow!
I hate that little brat.
Hey, wait!
Damn it. What else? I would just, I don't know, maybe half hour, 45 minutes ago, I was talking to my cousin about this, that Sony might be buying Take-Two. And even though the rumor kind of seems to say no, it doesn't, that they weren't, their stock prices went up. It kind of reflected that, yeah, they might actually be being bought by Sony, which I think is not exactly a negative in the light, so long as they handle it properly, Granted, with Take-Two owning Rockstar, certain games like GTA and Red Dead, Sony's still going to release them. It would be too. An enemy? Am I hearing myself? Yeah, it was just an enemy. But if they made GTA or Red Dead exclusive, it would be a barn burner. It would not be a good thing for them. But if they were to say make Borderlands 3 exclusive, I think that would be a bit more of a cash grab for them and more of a console seller. Because the fact that I heard something north of here. That is the greatest line. There's something north of here. Well, so if you don't know which way north is, you're kind of screwed. Oh, good old Pyramid Head. Hi. Hi, Mr. Pyramid Head. But I think that if they were to make Borderlands an exclusive. See, what the hell is that? I think that's supposed to be him. I honestly think that's supposed to be James.
Oh my God.
Because you never see its face, but I think that's supposed to be him. That's my theory. And now I can grab key to room 209. Oh no. I thought I had the key. Or wait. Yeah, okay, yeah, I keep forgetting you have to see Pyramid Head, see the TV, then you can get room 202, and then you can get the key for the clock. I'm not gonna lie, I've actually contemplated every time I look at the trophy list for this game, I actually contemplate about trying to run for the platinum on it, but you have to get every single ending. I think. I know there's a few you have to get. You have to get. By the way, I love this song. I don't know. I know it's not really a song, but like it's just something that's just. You could play this. God, almost anywhere for any kind of like Halloween song, and it would really, really do well. Put your hand in the hole. I like how he doesn't bother to put the flashlight in there first. Like straight up, who would put their hand in a hole in the wall without putting a flashlight or some sort of light source down there first? This guy does some things I do not understand. Alright. I'm coming up onto the point where I saved. And where I got to before I realized that my capture was way too damn dark. Rock you around to 910. And good chunk. Move, yes, push the clock. Alright, well, I think this is where I'm going to end this episode. So thank you all so much for watching. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next Friday on another episode of Freaky Friday. Take care. Have a great weekend.